Hi everyone, Jamie here. Thank you for watching today. So in this video we're going to be making a large mini album. I was going to say photo album then, but essentially it is a photo album. First for my channel and a first for me. It's the first time making a mini album and I think it's turned out stunning. So I'll give you just a brief overview of the mini album. I do say at the end that this is blank because I've got to add further decoration. I want to keep that private. So there's going to be a personalized page here on the front, and then there's 12 pages, so I've got 12 months. So if you can't guess, it's for a new baby. I should have said that at the start. So you've got 1 month old, and then you've got, each page for the 12 months. Two of these sort of tuck elements to add your photograph, and then I've got pull out at the top. So on this one, 1 month old, the date, this month's milestone, special memories, and then the parents can fill that in. So as I said, all the pages have the various months in them. I'll just do a quick flick through so you can kind of see all that lovely detail, and then I need to add further decoration to the back. In today's video, I'm going to be using the Simply Made Crafts large album die set. So this is the first for my channel. It's actually a first time for me making an album. So apologies if there's sort of any mistakes as we go along. You may see me correct them. I've watched a few videos, Helen's and Vicky's, just to give me an idea on how to use this die set. And I'm going to be making a baby album for one of my friends who's recently had a baby, which was actually due in November, so a couple of months early. So it's a bit of a surprise. So I'm manic crafting at the moment. So the digital collection that I'm using is from NitWit's, and it's the baby neutral collection. So I bought the entire bundle. It's got some gorgeous elements to it, beautiful pattern papers. You've got alphabets, you've got so you have your floral elements, you've got shoes, baby grows, prams, rocking horse, some really beautiful elements, and then you've got the ribbons, the buttons, and so on, that all come as part of this gorgeous collection. So you get to see some of those elements as we go along, and then I'm going to do some further decoration off camera. So without further ado, let's get started. So this large die here I've cut once, and this die here I've cut 3 times. So I've just gone in with my scoreboard and just reinforced those score lines. So this makes the sort of the binding to hold all of the pages together. I think that's the correct term. And you want to attach these to the back of this panel here. So forget these 2 tabs on the end, focus on the center section. You want to perhaps place the first one down in the middle, and then equally space the other 2 either side. So I'm just going to do that now. So Helen does suggest, if you want a longer lasting mini album, to use red liner tape and liquid glue together. But she's also suggested, if you're new to album making, perhaps just use the wet glue. You've got more wiggle room. So just add in some Cosmic Shimmer quick grab glue just along the spine there, and you want to make sure that this is straight. I'm just going to eyeball this in the center, and as I said, make sure that that's straight. And then when you're happy with that, I don't think that is straight actually. So I tell you what I'm going to do. told you I was new to this. I'm going to add some more glue. And I think you can line it up better with it being more open. So it should sit directly in the center there. Much happier with that. The other two then should be easier if you're working on a smaller space. And press that down with your bone folder. So process is the same. Add that quick grab glue along the spine. And then just equal spacing on the top and bottom. So I think Vicky suggested about 1/4 of an inch between each piece. And then same process for the last one. And then I'm just going to exercise the spine. So I'm just going to fold it back and forth and just burnish those edges so it gets used to the movement of opening and closing. So now our spine looks like this. We're just going to set this to one side for a moment. And then bringing back in the die set, you've got this larger die here. So you want to cut that twice to make one pocket. And you want to make 8 pockets in total. So on the one, I've just gone in with my scoreboard again and just reinforced those score lines. And then just fold and burnish along there like so. And then on the other one you want to remove the tabs. And you attach them together then to create this pocket. So it'll be open on the side and at the top. So I'm just going to add quick grab glue to these tabs. And then just place this over the top, like so. And just make sure all the sides marry up. And then just go in with your bone folder, press those tabs down, like so. So if I turn this up the correct way, we've got the side and the top open, and then what happens is this will slot in to one of these, like so, and then you've still got an open pocket at the top to add additional elements. So as I said, you need 8 of these in total, one each for the front and back, and then 6 to attach to the inner spine. So I think I'll work on the back cover first of all. Excuse me, seem to be losing my voice today. So you want to add quick grab glue or your red tape or your preferred method of adhesion on both sides. So just be mindful not to press that over too much. I don't want it to catch on those other sort of elements. So we're just going to place this inside that tab, and you just want to line the edge of the pocket up to that score line. And then when you're happy with your positioning, just press that down. And then because this is going to be my back cover, I'm just going to go inside and just seal that edge up. And I'm going to bring in the rest of the pockets that I've prepared. So you want everything now to line up to that back piece. So the process is the same. Add glue to both sides of the tab. Bring in the pocket, so I want the top section open. So I'm just lining this up to the back piece, making sure that that bottom edge is the same. And again, just go up to that score line, but not over it, because you won't have the flexibility that you need. And then just press that down on both sides. Then we've got this open pocket at the top. So I've got some lovely inserts to go in there. So I'm just going to work my way along now, following the same process for these 6 inner pockets. And then attach the front cover in the same way, but seal off the top. So I'll just go ahead and do that now, and then I'll come back to you once it's together. Okay, so the mini album is now all attached together, and I have to say I am super pleased that it's coming together really nicely. And considering this is the first time I've made one, I think I'm really happy with the outcome. So I've prepared a few elements off camera, and I'm going to do further decoration again. I'll just talk you through some of the pieces that I've done. So I'll bring in the pockets that I've created. So using the die again, I've used this die, however, I've trimmed it down because I wanted a smaller tuck spot. Just because of the design that I've prepared to go on the page, I don't want any of that sort of covered up as such by the actual pocket. When you remove the additional pieces that I'm going to put inside to attach photographs to, obviously that will cover it, but when you sort of take them away, you can see the full decoration. So in order to achieve this, I trimmed a piece of cardstock down to roughly the length that I wanted, die cut that, run it through my scoreboard at 1 3/4, and then I trimmed it down again, so I got 1/2 inch tab there, and just cut away on those both sides, just to continue that design in order to create that tuck spot. And the same again then with the matte die. I sort of trimmed down what I wanted, made sure that this lined up, and then trimmed away any excess. And then I've got one for each page. And then I've just added some different pattern papers that are included within the collection. So I've got all of those to attach, and I'll show you one on camera shortly. Just pop those to one side. I'll show you one of the pages that I've decorated. So I've done them all the same. So I've got this cream cardstock, and then these actually sort of the milestone pages that were already created by the collection. It's got all these lovely elements already designed for you, and I've just trimmed this down to size to fit on the page. So as I said, I didn't want, to be able to cut off this design. So I added some additional pattern paper to continue that design there, so you'll be able to see that through that spot. And then to go alongside this, I've got these pockets then to tuck into the top. So I've got these that sort of tuck inside. You might need to go in with your bone folder just to open the bottom of this up, just so that it goes in smoothly. And then you've got one for each month. So it's got 12 months, the date, this month's milestone, and special memories. So each page coordinates with 12 months over the year. So I thought it'd be lovely to just memory keep those beautiful milestones, add some photographs, and yeah, I hope the recipient likes it. So I'll just and I'll show you the front and back decoration as well. I've got this lovely green stripe excuse me, and continuing with that lovely cream matte there, and then this gorgeous floral. So I wanted to bring the design from the back through to the front. That's my idea. So the stripe is the back panel, that's the spine, and then this is the front. As I said, I've got more decoration to add as I've sort of downloaded the elements. I need to adjust them and print them and cut them. So I may need to return to this maybe tomorrow, because as I'm filming this, I've got a number of appointments this afternoon. So it just all depends on how the day goes in terms of what I can get done. So let me give you the measurements for these matte pieces. So obviously in the die set, you've got a matte, but I've done a matte and layer. So the cream measures 6 1/4 by 8 7/8, and then the pattern paper is 6 by 8 5/8, and then the spine is 1 1/2 by 8 7/8, and the pattern paper is 1 1/4 by 8 5/8. So that's for the decoration. And then for these tuck sort of elements, the blue cardstock is 5 1/2 by 9, and then I've just come in 1/8 of an inch on that pattern paper. And then this die is from another Made to Surprise die, which, if it's still available, I will link in the description box below. So I'm going to pop this one just over there like so, and I'm going to use some collal glue for this just to help strengthen this piece. So I use a lighter weight cardstock for printing. My printer is able to print onto 300 GSM. If I'm just using that sort of as a base, then I will use the heavier weight cardstock. But when I'm adding multiple layers, I find that it can be too bulky or too heavy. So I like to print on I'm not too sure, I think it's 180 GSM, so slightly heavier than copy paper. It's got that lovely back page, and then I need to find, I think what I'll do is marry that up. It's got this lovely continuation of the design coming through to the front. So for this piece, you need to fold and burnish along those score lines. So just add in some quick grab glue all along those tabs. And then I'm just going to line the bottom edge up with the bottom edge of the page. And then just press that down. Now you can go in with your bone folder to secure those tabs. But I don't want it to pop out too much because I want, you know, some other elements to be able to tuck in there. I'm just going to press that down with my bone folder, like so. Double check I've got this the right way. Yep. Can you imagine? So I'm going to give that some time to dry now, and I'm going to decorate the rest of the pages, add in the pockets in the same way. And then, as I said, I'm going to come back to you with some further decoration. So we're going to do the front cover. I'm going to print some more pattern paper for these elements inside, and then I may add a picture of the baby. We shall see. So I'll come back to you when it's more decorated, and then we can go through further elements. So I've come back, it's the next day. You can see lots of lovely detail on here, and I've gone ahead and done lots of the decoration. There's further decoration to go on to this, but I'm going to leave that private because it is personalized. So I'm not going to show you everything, but this is the sort of at the level where I'm, you know, willing to share the, you know, the decoration, all the lovely elements with you. So on the front I've added this doily, and then it had this lovely floral element to the side, which I've duplicated and then layered up several times to sort of decoupage it. So if you can see from the side, got some gorgeous dimension to that. So flip through again, this is a personalized page, so I haven't added that. Then we've got 1 month old, and then I've got these 2 elements in there as, you know, tuck spots to add photographs, and then it's the same sort of throughout. So you've got all these lovely pages with the various months on them, and then places to add your photographs. So as they sort of bulk up, they will sit in those pockets better. So you can see, I'll just show you this one again. So you've got, whoop, can't grab it, 9 month old, and then 2 elements to add some photographs. I'll just show you this piece if I can pull it out. We've got 9 months, the date, this month's milestone, and special memories, so the parents can write on that. So this is the next day now, so this is really nice and strong. I've used collal glue on the majority of the layers, and that, you know, it's quite rigid, so I'm really happy with that. So you can see all that lovely decoration there, and then I'm going to add further decoration to the back page. I am going to leave that quite blank, so I think I'm just going to add a mat and a layer with pattern paper, and then the parents can decorate that if they wish. So I have to say, I think I've already said this once, but I'm really pleased with how it's turned out, because this is the first time I made it, so from scratch, you know, making it on camera. I was a bit wary, but it was really easy to construct and so simple to put together. And I've had these dies in my stash for a while, and yeah, I'm just so glad that I've come to use them now, and I'm really pleased with the outcome. So let me know what you think of today's tutorial. Little bit of something different from me, so I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, you might want to hit the like button, leave a comment, or consider subscribing to the channel. if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future tutorials. So I'll link any products that are available, so like the Simply Made Crafts large album dies and the NitWit Collections. Yeah, and I hope you have a lovely crafty day. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.